Hi, my name is Emily Brady, and I am the Director of SEO here at Omnizant, which means I'm a huge nerd for all things search engine optimization and digital marketing. And today I want to be chatting a little bit about one of the latest trends in SEO, which is AI. So if you ask an SEO why they love their job, 9 times out of 10, they will tell you it's because it's always changing, there's always something new to learn, and it's always exciting and shifting. And that has really never been more true than in the past year and a half or so, as Google has introduced AI into its search result pages. So what that has meant for the industry is essentially users now have new information showing up on Google's search result pages through AI overviews. A lot of search features like the people also ask or featured snippets have been overtaken by these AI summaries. And the result of that has been less traffic going to the websites that are actually publishing that information. Additionally, we now have generative engines like ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini where people can actually go search for things in an AI assistant, which has created a new search tool for the people who might normally be clicking on your website. So this really raises the question of, is SEO still relevant? And if so, how do I show up in these new environments, such as generative engines or in AI overviews? The short answer to that question is SEO is definitely still relevant, but it's definitely changing really quickly. So given all of these changes in search result pages, given that we have these new generative engines that our potential clients and customers are interacting with, how do we approach SEO in the age of AI? And the good news is, if you're doing good, solid foundational SEO, you're also optimizing for AI search results or AI search engines as well. And the reason for this is, at the end of the day, SEO is search engine optimization and AI is just another search engine. So a lot of the ways that we show relevance and authority and helpfulness to a traditional search algorithm is going to be the same way that these AI engines are able to pick up on the authority of their website. So a really big and easy one to think about is the helpfulness and relevance of your content. So writing user-first content, writing website content that is going to answer people's questions really quickly and simply and cleanly has been best practice for a long time, but it's more important than ever now that we have these AI summaries showing up at the top of Google search result pages. Similarly, foundational technical elements, making it really easy for not only Google's bot, but ChatGPT or another bot or crawler to be able to understand and digest the information on your website. So your website architecture, your website headings, the title tags, your metadata, your internal linking, all of these really foundational elements are going to be just as important for your AI optimization or your GEO, generative engine optimization as we call it, just as helpful there as it is for SEO. So at the end of the day, if you're doing good SEO, you're also doing good GEO too. So it's not a matter of finding new and exciting tactics that are somehow going to help us rank better in AI, but rather pulling on certain levers a little bit harder than we would have for traditional SEO, such as those technical elements and just writing really clean and helpful content. So another question that we should be asking ourselves is, how do we use AI in our marketing efforts? So AI has changed the way that our clients or businesses are able to find customers, right? Users are interacting differently with search engines and the internet and how we're finding things online. But AI is also a tool that marketers can use, or businesses who are doing their own marketing can use to become even more efficient. So I like to speak just a little bit to how AI can do that, keeping in mind that it is evolving very rapidly. So I'm sure by the time I'm done answering this question, someone will have come up with a new way to use AI to aid in their marketing efforts. But at its core, AI is a tool for efficiency. So it's really helpful for things like content planning, if you need to brainstorm and come up with ideas, or for really repetitive tasks where you don't really have to think too much and just have kind of like a formulaic output to a best practice. An example of this would be your meta titles, right? Or meta descriptions. A meta description is just a little summary of the page. AI can help you summarize pages pretty easily. So being able to use an AI to create that output and then just scan it over and make sure that it looks good, tweak it and adjust as necessary is one way. That's one task that you can speed up really quickly using AI. That's a pretty simple example. Another one would be actually using AI to generate content outlines. So if you have some topics that you've brainstormed and think are going to be relevant to your audience, you can use AI to actually start coming up with good ideas for subtopics. How can we make this most relevant? What types of questions are people asking who would be interested in this topic? If I'm a personal injury attorney, for example, maybe I want to write about what contingency fees mean because my clients might not know that unless they've worked with an attorney before. So creating content that answers that question and then asking an AI what additional questions might someone who has this need have is a really good way to come up with content topics that are highly relevant and helpful to the end user. Because at the end of the day, the goal of SEO is to make sure that you're satisfying the needs of the people who are searching for your business or answers that you can provide online. So generating content outlines, even starting to generate content, AI can be helpful for, but I do have to say, only if you have a lot of human intervention, right? So you never want to just post the output of an AI onto your website, because at that point, you're not providing any unique value. And that really is what Google's going to want to see, is your business's expertise and relevance there. So it's something that you can use, but don't want to rely on fully. But any of those types of tasks that are like small, repeatable tasks, AI is a fantastic way to save a little bit of time. And then just from an SEO perspective, if you want to get really in the weeds with it, you can use it for a lot of technical tasks too. You can use certain tools that'll plug into your website and suggest internal linking using AI. You can use it to help map redirects, things like that. And it can analyze your site data and help you understand where things should go and how to move some things around and just make those types of recommendations for some technical items as well. So the final question that I'll answer is SEO dead, and does it matter in the age of AI? And I would say, and here at Omnizant, we believe SEO is not dead. Digital marketing is still a great way for businesses to get leads online, because ultimately that's where people are still going to find answers. But the real question is, how do we continue to adapt as AI is changing? And when it comes to search engine optimization, the reality is SEO and generative engine optimization are kind of one and the same. It's just a new tool that we can use to do our jobs faster and more effectively, but it's also a new way that Google is figuring out how to serve helpful and relevant search results to users online. So when it comes to AI and SEO, the key is really the same that it's always been. Google's goal hasn't changed. Google wants to provide helpful and relevant search results to people who are looking for answers or businesses and services online. So your job as a business and my job as an SEO is to make sure that your business and your website is the most relevant and helpful result online.